Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Gulfstream today. Ron Nicoletti along with Brian and Nano. Samantha will be back with us tomorrow. She's on a little bit of a vacation and well-deserved. And we got a fast main track, but we've had some rain around South Florida, so we're off the turf today. Brian, you live on the East Coast. You didn't see much rain. I was out on the West Coast, a little bit out west, and it poured Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Not a drop in Fort Lauderdale. Of course, I've been here, Ron, and not seen rain over there on the far turn.
That's
seen
true.
rain and pouring sideways here, so I think we'll be good for tomorrow, but today.
First time I ever came to Florida, like 1974 or something. It was raining on one side of 95 and not the other.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure it out. Coming from New York, I've never seen anything like that. So we are off the turf this afternoon. We got a Rainbow Six, I think, 125 is it, or what is it?
No, it paid out Sunday.
That's right, paid out Sunday. For
well, your best bet, ending it on Sunday.
My best bet, ending it on Sunday, and it was a good, fun day, and so let's see. Today we'll just be starting anew.
Yeah, I would think $50,000 to $75,000 will be in there. That kicks off in race number 4. As Ronnie said, we are off the turf today. You've got a ticket in that Rainbow. Always a good time to get involved when it's early on.
Yep, we mention this, all the time. It's a good day to play because you don't have the Sharpies trying to get in there, and you got a chance to get. Hey, even if you don't get the one unique ticket, it still pays well. You know what I mean?
Happy hour money, right?
100%. Yeah, well, you'd have to pay $400 for your happy hour. First race today. It's going to be a mile on the main track. These are maiden claimers, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. Going to scratch the 6 horse in here. Poquete has been declared. And Brian put an early pick 5 ticket together. Let's check it out.
Not a lot of key scratches and changes on the card. That's exactly how we like it. Race number 2, I've got the 7 on top, Miss Soothsayer. Pete's going to have a tough time saying that a bunch of times, although he's the best. And race number 5, Cool Zan. 4 to 5 on the morning line. We might have a 1 to 9 by post time, Ronnie. Down on the inside in race 4, I think Safi and my racehorse have a fast one. And Love Like Lucy. And in race number 5, I'm on the inside again with Ironsides for Fausto Gutierrez. We'll try Tapita today.
Did you watch that show, Ironside?
I was much more of a Perry Mason guy.
Yeah. I watch Perry Mason now.
Yeah.
It cracks me up.
Twice a day.
Yeah. I like it at night, not in the morning. I like cop shows lawyer shows in the morning. All right, I don't know where we're going. How'd you start this thing?
I don't like lawyer shows in the morning. No 10 o'clock Matlock for you. I'm on the inside. Me, Matoli, Girl, Barry Crop. This is a race where you have a couple fast Tapita horses trying the main track in the 1, My Matoli Girl, Me Matoli Girl, in the 4, Lily-A, and that's where I landed, Ron, because I got to be honest with you. Well, you're kind of doing the same, too. These dirt horses, Princess Honor, we'll show you replay, they don't inspire me at all.
Yeah, Princess Honor, I went there because just what you said, was on the main track, showed some speed last time out. No one else in the race scares me. Let's show that replay with Princess Honor and Nipsey in the race.
So here's what you ask yourself. This is why you watch replays, okay? And you don't just look at running lines. This is why you watch replays. Okay, yes, Nipsey ran down Princess Honor for 2nd, and Princess Honor held for 3rd. You watch this race, and it's clearly evident who ran the better race, and that's Princess Honor. Just because you don't always beat the other horse doesn't mean you didn't run a better race. She ran a way better race than Nipsey, who just laid back and did no running at all until everybody staggered home. Princess Honor, to me, ran really good. Now, with that being said, there's other speed in here. I don't know if she's going to be able to see it out.
Yeah, so Nipsey, if you want to, pick that one, she will be the one closing again.
No
what
doubt.
she gets there, I don't know. Second race this afternoon, originally scheduled for the turf, now to be run at 1 mile and 70 yards. And these are maiden 2-year-olds in here. We're going to scratch the 8, 9, 12, 13, and 14, as I mentioned, off the turf. The beauty of this, the 2 horses that came out in the body of the race were, outsiders on turf or Tapita, did not matter. Miss Soothsayer, this one, I love this one on the grass today. It was actually my best bet. We don't know what we're going to get. Yeah, because it was a hefty Caratari, one of my favorite horses, who was 10 for 36 on the turf. But before that, Samantha's got a pick 4 ticket. I want to see what she did here. And she did go 2, 3, and 6. And I think that may be the logical ones, even though I had Miss Soothsayer on top.
Yeah, the interesting thing, we'll talk about Miss Soothsayer in a second. You can see 2 deep, 3 deep, and 3 deep for a $27 early pick 4. Now, the interesting thing with Miss Soothsayer, boy, that's tough to say.
Soothsayer.
Yeah, Soothsayer. I put her on top, too. I don't know what's in this race. Everybody, we all know Caratari. Karatari was a dead sprinter.
Yeah.
A dead one-turn turf sprinter.
Till it was 7.
We'll see, yeah. So we'll see if about 2 turns. But you get a Preakness winner on top, Rocky on the bottom, sire of the immortal Serena Song. So there's a lot of distance in this pedigree.
Yeah, and we both went with the 7. What about the number 3, Brian? And that is Bayou Bridget. Bayou Bridget has that previous experience, albeit sprinting on the grass.
That's a big, big deal. Experience is huge. You got Neolithic on top of the pedigree. You got Treasure Beach on the bottom of the pedigree. Certainly on the bottom, this is a horse that wants to run all day. 2 5-furlong turf races to start, and she actually ran pretty well in both of them for Heather Smullen. Is going to see that additional turn. This is a very interesting race in that all these 2-year-olds now, they have never seen a first turn before.
Yeah, until the other Heather Smullen, as you mentioned, has that previous experience, albeit on the grass. We'll say 2 turns, as Brian mentioned. Then you got the number 6, willy-nilly, Saffie Joseph Jr. Always got to give him a second look. Edgar Zayas will be the saddle.
There's nothing on pedigree here. The Dam was 0 for 2. The other 3 foals were not good at all, okay? The one thing I do want to quickly mention, Arundel's got the 11. Remember, had 0 chance on the turf with this position. Much better now, not only with the scratches, but the run into the first turn on the turf 2 turns, on the Tapeta 2 turns, is not as terrible as it is on the turf. Take note of that.
Good point. Race, and I said it twice, like Louis 2 times. Third race, 6.5 furlongs on that fast main track. Claim is 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 2. Scratch the 3, El Mayo, and the 3 flat cap. Now this horse, Coolzam, one of your singles. I mean, now with the scratches, what do you get here?
This horse could very easily be 1-9. I think you pulled a stat up. Barboza off the claim, 31%. The horse would have been, honestly, this horse is even money for Robert Smith, who's done a nice job.
But look at that, with dirt sprints, it's 41%,
amazing.
71% the money. The reason I pulled it just because I find it amazing, and I got to show it every time I see it. I mean, Coolzam, absolutely the one to beat.
Yeah, like I said, 1-5 maybe a post time.
Yeah. What about the one last shall be first, turning back today for Clifton Christie?
Yeah, maybe passes a few horses. Barnes quietly put some wins together here at the Royal Palm Mead. Anybody else in this race needs a massive turnabout in form to get by Kuzan.
So you got your international single there. We'll see how that plays out, but that's why they run them. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll have my Rainbow Six ticket and the rest of the Friday card. $1 hot dogs today. What is it? $2? What is that?
I will investigate that. I promise you. I'm not positive. I will investigate that.
Something about Hot Dog Friday. We'll see. We'll be back.
And they're off.
New DRF All Access past performances. With one best-in-class product, you now get all 3 past performance formats. Easily switch between views. Access the most trusted information in horse racing with DRF All Access past performances. Go to DRF.com and use coupon code 1FREEPP for a free single card today.
Welcome back to Gulfstream today. Ron and Brian here. Brian trying to take the whole stage up here. 6 furlongs, 4th race. These are maiden filly 2-year-olds. We're going to scratch the 6 Soda. Soda just scratches every day. Is that it? Or every
working on that.
We'll a lot of times. Well, we'll see what happens. The Rainbow Six starting anew today, as Brian mentioned. Mandatory payout. Was a fun day here, but we're going to start again. And let's check out my ticket here, and it's 43.20. We'll talk about the 5th race today. My long shot is Cosmic Speculation for a hot barn, Joe Orsino. Race number 6, my top pick is the 4. That's Risk Factor for Mark Cassie. Race 7, 3 deep for me. My top pick is the 3 horse in there, Brenna. Boy, I didn't have Evanora, rated as highly as you do. Didn't you add it on my ticket race? 8, too deep for me. My top pick is Garuda, 9-5 in the morning line for Bobby DeBona. And in the last, off the turf, 5 on the grass, I still think Chosen Factor for Jimmy Gullick might be the one to beat.
I tend to agree with that. It's not the saltiest maiden special weight we're going to run, and I do think she's in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, so getting back to this race this afternoon, and did you start it with the 4-horse, or no, you went with the inside horse? Oh, that's right, one of your singles in here.
Yeah.
I Love Like Lucy from Saffy Joseph Jr.
So this horse is 6-5 on the morning line because it's owned by my racehorse, and they can't bet enough. But to be honest, this horse is probably 9-5 with any other owner listed because it's Saffy, it's Edgard. The works are phenomenal. We can't really tell anything. Not a lot of pedigree, but they paid $300,000 a couple months ago for a win who stands for $8,500. So this horse is going to look good behind us in the walking ring today. You look at that gate drill on July 18th. You can't find any of these drills, but this horse has worked very, very fast in the morning. Edgard is here, and I'm not quite sure who else is here, Ron.
Yeah, I went with the experience in here
Sure.
with the 4-lady chance. Back-to-back seconds, second at 4.5, second again at 5. Is this horse stuck in second gear? But I think the stretch out to 3/4 of a mile is going to help. The 1 for all the reasons you just mentioned, Brian. Then you got the 5, Vita Mia, and we'll show a replay of Vita Mia.
Yeah, both the 4 and the 5 are coming out of races that are going to see horses run in the Sharp Susan on Saturday. We have 2 good turfs. We have 2 good 2-year-old stakes. Okay, I played this horse this day. I'm not going to sit here and tell you she had a lot of run, but she's coming into your picture now, and I do feel you can see her checking a little bit. She's got no pass. She's the 3 with the blue silks. And I feel like she wasn't able, thank you, Bob. I feel like she wasn't able to show her true colors, and admittedly she didn't do a heck of a lot of running, but I feel like she was making a little bit of a move. Was she going to win? Oh, no, absolutely not. But I think there's more there. She gets the race out of the way on debut. It's behind her now. I think she'll move forward in here. I also probably think the 1 can run.
Testa, your horse you're alluding to, is the favorite, I believe, right? In that race?
She is, yeah. And there's a couple new shooters that are coming in. That's exciting. You like the longer shot of the maker runners. I think that horse ended up being about 8-1 on the morning line. So those are fun races. We'll actually hit on them a little bit in the lightning round, too.
Well, we just got a nice breeze coming through here this afternoon. So Vita Mia in there, and that's basically what's going on. Maybe you use the 7 underneath Sweet Lady Dream, or, whatever way you want to go in here. So I think Love Like Lucy we know is going to be the favorite. That is guaranteed with my racehorse. I don't know how many people will be here in the walking ring, but usually get a big crowd.
Always.
We're going to stretch it out in the 5th race to 1.70 odds on the Tapeta. It's a starter, optional claimer for 3-year-olds and upward. We're going to scratch the number 7 horse in here, Mintanon. And Brian, this is where Samantha put a late pick 5 ticket together, and let's quickly look at it. Samantha always does a great job. We'll talk about this 5th. She's singling in the 6th. Valiant Winter, that's a horse we're going to replay we'll show you about. And in race number 8, she's also singling the 6 and in. That's Garuda. I agree with her there. And 1 and 4 for her in the last. Bottomless Mimosas and the number 4 horse in here, Breezy Z. So that race became a little more wide open with the move to the Tapeta from the turf. As we mentioned at the top, no turf racing this afternoon. Getting back to this race, I'll kick it off with the number 5, Cosmic Speculation. I thought this horse for a price, I don't know, was on the morning line 10-1, can run okay in here this afternoon. I want to show you a stat with the trainer, and this is Joe Orsino. We'll pop it up real quick. Winner last out on the Tapeta over the last 4 years. He's good, 23%. That's above his average. 56% in the money. That's above his average. And 167 ROI is above his average. So I'm taking a little bit of a shot. The horse is in good form. And maybe I'll get lucky this afternoon, Brian.
Going for 3 in a row, Ronnie. I mean, you're going to get it. You have to get a price because this horse is meeting a ton tougher today.
Absolutely.
But it's a confident move. Joe bumps him up to 16. He's beaten 10s 2 in a row, 30-1, 6-1. You're going to get a square number today, and he's got some speed, but he also has versatility too. So I get it.
You went to the inside with Ironsides in here from Fausto Gutierrez.
Fausto's going again, huh? It's good to see. This horse drops from 20 on turf. I say drops because that's a tougher turf race. race, even though he's not in for a tag today. He won on the Tapeta at Turfway Park. Those were 3 L's, but that's good winter racing up there. And Fosto, I know he hasn't run on the Tapeta here at Gulfstream. He's already won a couple races down here on the Tapeta. It's a good post position. We both like the job Yolbert Torres is doing, and he's going to get a weight break too.
Now, before I made the 5 by long shot in here, I absolutely thought that the number 6, Nate the Great, was the one to beat in here. You look at the last race, was mired on the rail, didn't show its usual speed. This horse was on a, win streak like crazy.
Yep.
Last time, I'm going to blame the rail a little bit in there, and take a shot. It's Bobby DeBona. It's Edgard's Eyes. I think this horse is going to be, when the smoke clears, the favorite.
Very short number, probably. The other thing that you can blame is Navy Cross, because he's very good.
Oh,
he's tangled with them 2 in a row, and he got the better of them last time. They've essentially been in match races the last 2 starts. They've been huge favorites. They're going to hammer this horse, Nate the Great. He's clearly the horse to beat today.
Now, Clear Destination, going to take a little bit of a drop here. They claimed it for 22 back on the turf. This barn going very well for Danny Hertak, so we'll see what we get today.
Been about 3 weeks now. Danny's caught some fire, winning off the claim. Did a good job with this horse off the claim last time to run 4th for a quarter. Now he gets to run in this kind of starter optional claiming race. This is a very, very logical horse today.
Going to race number 6 this afternoon. We're going to sprint 5 on the Tapeta Maiden Claimers, and they are 3 and up. We have no scratches in this race. Brian's got his late pick 4 ticket.
$18 for me, Ronnie, in the late pick 4, 3 deep. Race 7 is the spread race. I've got the 5 on top. That is Elagio. In race number 8, it's my best bet. That's the 1 back to Gridlock. We'll show it to you. And in race number 9, I agree wholeheartedly with what you said, in that this race becomes a lot more wide open. You know who I think moves up a lot, Ronnie, is the other Jimmy Gulick. That's the 5, Blazing Affair, because she ran well on debut on the Tapeta, but I'm with you. I still think her stablemate Chosen Factor is the one to beat.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out here. Getting back to this race number 6 this afternoon, Brian. I know you have a replay you want to show. Samantha is one of those, that's one of her singles, Valiant Winter, on the outside. You want to start with the replay?
Yeah, we can bring it up, because this is Samantha's single, and Valiant Winter and Risk Factor, 9-5 and 2-1 on the morning line are your 2 logicals here. Risk Factor is actually going to get the better of Valiant Winter by a neck, but I think post position, to me, Ron, is a big deal today. Valiant Winter is on the outside. Edgard's Eyes can look to the left and see what Leonel Reyes is doing, and probably make him commit a little, maybe more than he wants to, or at least a little earlier than he wants to. Sigan Viendo won the other day on the turf. I think Risk Factor and Valiant Winter are 2 clearly the horses to beat today.
Yeah, and that's the 2 I use, in Risk Factor, Valiant Winter, but I used them both on my ticket in there. And I want to hear about G Speedy. I want to hear about the little bit of prices in here.
Well, this is my long shot today, and I don't know what kind of price we're going to get, but we do know that the 4 and the 6 are going to bottom out the betting, so I hope we can get 6-1. This horse tried the Tapeta last time for the first time, and I know the Romero barn has struggled throughout 2025. This horse ran very, very well on the Tapeta, again with the weight break with Yolbert Torres here, getting significant weight from some of these other horses, upwards of 12 pounds, 7 pounds from the favorite. It's got the tactical speed to be close throughout, and just maybe the 4 and the 6 get a little hot and bothered early, and maybe he trips out right off of them, Rob.
Yeah, I think it's going to be higher than 6-1 myself. Just guessing now. I used to be the line maker here, but I turned it over to a much more astute line maker. Right, sitting right to my left, your right. Race number 7 this afternoon. 6 furlongs. These are Claimers fillies, 3-year-olds of fillies and mares 4 and up, which have never won 3. Scratch the 6 for the thrill in here, Brian. And how did you kick it off with the number 5, Elagio?
Well, speaking of line makers, this horse might be 25-1 or might be 9-5. I don't know. This horse has been between 90 cents on the dollar and 9-5 in her last 5 starts. Now she goes off the change to Donaldo Gonzalez. We don't know anything about this barn, but what I do know is this horse worked 35-2 on August 2nd. This horse was beaten a football field dead last in her last game race. Yolbert Torres, here he is again, getting aboard. We've got speed. Who are you worried about in this race? I don't know. This is a total stab in the dark, Ron. I hope this horse is live and taking money.
I used the 3, Brennan. We're going to turn it back in distance this afternoon, and you have a video you want to show of Brenna.
Yeah, Brenna ran well last time because she set the pace going a mile. I know it was a slow pace, but she really picked it up. Look at the fractions internally. That's a 23 flat second quarter. So she really picked it up. You can see those silks there for the Palmers. Now she's off the claim for Carlos Narvaez. This is a good move for this barn. 18%, and she had to run in this race too because they made a push to her on the far turn and she kicked again. She's going to win by a length, hugging the fence here, and she actually cuts back today, so I think it's going to help her in terms of a trip because I don't really think she's fast enough to make the lead, but she comes into this race with a lot of foundation. Eva Nora, you mentioned her, and Brenna. They were the two turf Tapeta horses that tried the main track last time, and they both won, and I think there's a reason for that because they didn't meet much and they were trying something new or something different, at least for them. They're big hitters right back.
Well, you have to explain Evanora being the morning line favorite in here at 2-1. I could not make this horse.
She won last time on the dirt. She's 2 for 5 on the dirt. She's clearly a main track horse. She's got Edwin Gonzalez. I'm going to, again, use it really loosely. It was a fast race last time. People like seeing wins. The two horses that we mentioned, the two Tapeta and turf horses that won on the main track last time, the now horses, those are the two morning line favorites. I don't know. Like I said, you going to bet Just Take Notes, who at 37-1 was second last time?
No
chance.
No. Put him further down on the ticket. But I just couldn't make Evanora on the top of my ticket. I added it in the back. Race number 8 this afternoon. I'm going to kick off the late daily double. Sprinting at 5 on the Tapeta. These are claimers. Fillies 3 or Fillies and Mares 4 and up, which have never won 2. No scratches in here, Brian. And you got back to gridlock, and you got a video you want to show.
This is my best bet of the day here. Let's take a look at this video. I know it's a $25,000 maiden claimer, but this was a pretty polished performance. Raj is just loaded here. He's got nowhere to go. He's ready to jump over horses, so he's just got to bide his time. He's got to wait. He's just looking over. He's given up first run to pretty much the entire field, Ron. And this is a $25,000 maiden claimer. It's tough to kind of do that and then still kick. And when she runs into the breach here and sees daylight, she is down the road. He'll have to figure something out again from a tricky post position. But here's what I like too, because the two horses to beat and the two morning line favorites, Garuda and Smile Poe, she will be comfortably ahead of them entering the far turn. Is she good enough? I don't know, but she's got a huge racetrack tactical advantage to her.
You know, the 6 Garuda, going to turn back to 5. I don't think that makes so much, from 5.5 last time out. It looked like this horse was, doing along and then just found that other gear in the stretch and drew clear.
I do think it's a little bit of a difference because she doesn't have a lot of early speed. Oh, by the way, she was 0 for 9 on the Tapeta entering her last race, and now all of a sudden a short number, you got to hope she doubles up. I mean, I get it. She's a likely winner in here, but I'll put her in second.
Put her in second. Behind the one, you got Smiling Poe that Brian mentioned. David Fawkes ran behind Garuda. You already mentioned those two, so we'll see how it plays out. Race number 9 this afternoon, originally scheduled for the turf, now to be run at 5 furlongs on the Tapeta. And these are maiden to Fillies and Mares 3 and up. We're going to scratch the 2 Motown Omni and the 6 Tree Seas Kai out of the final race. And as we were talking a couple of times about our tickets, I had the 7 on top all along for the turf. Now maybe a little more wide open. You just look at the last Tapeta race was okay, but I think this horse is facing less today.
Yeah, this is not the greatest maiden special weight here. Has run well on Tapeta in the fast. The turf race does stick out like a sore thumb, but like you said, she's run well on the Tapeta too. This is a perfect post for her kind of pressing outside style, and the race still goes through her even on the switch.
The number 1 horse on the inside, Bottomless Mimosa, which they have a lot of places on Sunday around here. And this one, Antonio Sano, has run okay, but dirt and turf, never been on the Tapeta.
Never been on the Tapeta, now draws the rail on the Tapeta. There's a lot of things that Edgard's Eye is going to have to figure out in here. He might be pot committed too to be sending from the inside. We'll have to see because she does have a lot of speed. It's tough to wire down on the inside on Tapeta. I want to give one quick mention to a horse, Breezy Z, 12-1 on the turf morning line. Mike Yates has terrible numbers. First turf. This horse has speed, and now it's Tapeta. It's not turf. Don't sleep on her with a weight break as well.
I just want to touch, you already did on this a little bit. The other Jimmy Gullick,
Yeah.
Blazing of his, got that experience on the Tapeta.
Her Tapeta race was about as fast as anybody in here. It was on debut. She was only a neck behind her stablemate, Chosen Factor, and she's proven, and that was her first career start, too. She's going to move forward in here. I definitely think you should put her on your tickets.
Well, that is how we see the 9-race card this afternoon, and we are not done. We have our award-winning lightning round coming up here this afternoon, and as we do each and every start of the week, we have the different how the trainers and jockeys are doing. I think we started off with the jockeys, and we'll see right now, and it's Safi. They continue. Edgar Zayas, 83.
Yeah.
MSCL, 66. Miguel, 60. You see, it's third, fourth, and fifth. Look how close they are.
That's pretty cool, right? The podium battle, and we've got plenty to go here, but they're all one win apart. Hey, we talked about this on Sunday too, but Amicio going up to Saratoga,
yeah, that was
Mythical,
great. Yeah.
Who is it's early. It's August the 8th. She's the best 2-year-old filly in the country right now.
Yeah, we showed that race up. I think it would be in our podcast, our new podcast. We'll be talking about that. And then what do we got for the trainers? Let's see the trainer standings here. And it's Safi 9 ahead of Jose D'Angelo. Yeah. But boy, Jose, Carlos David, Victor Barboza, they got horses all over the country here in the summer. They're doing a bang up. I mean, Safi too, but they're doing a good job. 40 wins for Jose is pretty darn good.
Yeah, without a doubt. Carlos David having a seismic meet. Victor and Joe Orsino. Safi unleashed a nice homebred for John Ford at Peachtree up at Saratoga yesterday.
Yeah. What do we got with the juveniles here?
Yeah, we got a fun day of racing tomorrow. 2 2-year-old stakes, and these are good races. A Sharp Susan for the gals, and here's Tessellate for Saf. Speaking of Safi, 90 cents on the dollar in her debut, and she ran to the money, no doubt about it. And she's your morning line favorite. The horse I alluded to earlier, if you've been watching the whole way here, Late Night Text for Nolan Ramsey, a maiden, but comes in with a really fast race at Churchill, and then she went to Lone Star and ran third in a stakes race. It wouldn't even shock me if she's favored tomorrow.
And we got another one in here, the boys. We showed the boys.
This is a good one.
This is wide open.
Yeah, this is good. I don't think we're going to see Squire. The word on the street is he might be coming out, but Di Chiassette. Thank you.
It's
Sorry about that.
17 in Italian.
Yep. The other Patrick Biancone is a big hitter in there as well. And then you got Nolan Ramsey, Jose Pinchin with a homebred that's got a big pedigree. Fun races tomorrow.
And, of course, our podcast has all of that stuff that you want to see right on there. Horse Profits. Okay, go check it out. This is a really good one. We got Jose Farrar, we talked to him a little bit. We got Samantha driving a tractor.
That was pretty cool, yeah.
Yes,
and, you caught up with Jose Ferrer, Samantha. I caught up with Nick Payne from More Play, and then we got a lot of local stuff, including the 2-year-old races, including Mythical as well. Check it out.
Yeah, really good podcast. And what is this Money?
Well, money, they sent it in again on Sunday.
Yeah.
So thank you to everybody for firing in that Rainbow Six. I believe the new money, thank you guys, is $1.1 million in change. And if you had Ron Nicoletti's best bet of the day to anchor it, you had a real chance at $2,300. I will say this. Now, I didn't hit it either, but there was nothing wildly outside of the box, and you got $2,300. Thank you to everybody.
Yeah, we were as it was coming up, we're at the end, we said, boy, this thing's probably going to pay $600, $800, and they all were good. The winner paid $23. Everything was good in that particular race. What's your best bet today?
It is on the Tapeta a little bit later, going a little against the grain, back to gridlock. Rajib Mirage he's not super close, but he's 18 or 19 away from 2,000, so we'll have a countdown for him coming up too. Yeah,
my best bet this afternoon is in the second race. It's been Soothsayer, 3-1. Be told, best be told. I mean, I like this horse more on the turf because of the breeding. We'll see how it runs this afternoon. Your long shot?
Also on the Tapeta, into the face of 2 heavy favorites, race 6 to 2, G Speedy, who will apparently be higher than 6 to 1.
And my long shot, the 5, is going for Tree in a Row, Cosmic Speculation, and is in race number 5.
I like it. Both horses with good form that will offer plenty of value today.
Well, that is what we see it. We're going to turn it over to the one, the only Pete Aiello, give you scratches and changes, and we'll be out here trying to give you some useful updates throughout the day.